I'm Chestic44, and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights. Last episode, we pretty much basically explored the rest of the town here, Baron as well, and happened to gain a quest that is probably going to take the full episode, but it should be interesting. And that quest is to deal with a trial that's going on here. Someone has been accused of murder, and we need to deal with it. We have a book here that will be able to tell us. Here it is. Yes. The trial of Rolgan's murder trial. He apparently, killed a, soldier here. We have a whole bunch of people that we can talk to get information out of. And I'm going to be taking some notes about one or two things because it's going to help with the trial. How about we start here with Rolgan himself. Also take a look at what's in this barrel. A single fire bullet. I guess they don't want anyone accused of murder to be able to access weapons. Anyway.
You are here because Neurek sent you? You are here because of the trial?
Yes, I am to defend you. Tell me what happened, Rolgan.
Griff invited me to play a game of chance. Not wanting to spurn this gesture of friendship, I accepted his invitation and the drinks he readily offered me. I began to feel strange. My mind was clouded by more than just ale. I gambled foolishly and lost several personal heirlooms of great religious significance to my tribe.
Go on.
I returned to my tribe in shame. Vanda, my wife, told me to go back and speak to Griff, to humble myself and beg him to return our religious heirlooms in exchange for the promise of much gold later on. But Griff attacked me before I could speak my offer. I killed him to save my own life. There was no other choice. I fled to this temple, barely escaping a mob of soldiers seeking my blood to avenge Griff. Neurek gave me sanctuary, but only if I vowed to submit to a trial to determine my fate.
Can you tell me anything else?
We Uthgardt are different than you. Our ways and customs may seem strange. They call us savages and pagans and drunks and thieves. This is how the Lord's Alliance sees us, and that is why I am called a murderer for defending myself. We of the Black Lion tribe are a noble people. I am no heathen savage, no vile killer. I pray to Uthgardt that you can see this and help me.
I will do my best.
Go if you wish. I must stay here, though my heart aches to return to my tribe. When the trial is over, Uthgardt willing, I will be allowed to return to my home.
So that's what happened, at least according to him. The soldier, Griff, apparently, sounds like he may have spiked Rolgar's drink in order to take everything he had while gambling. Rolgar tried to get an heirloom back, but according to him, Griff attacked him first.
We need to speak with everyone else, including the witnesses and the judges.
Uthgardt here is a judge. Welcome to the Temple of Tyr. Should you require the services of a priest, please speak to Neurek. Alright. Who are you? I am Uthgardt, a minor acolyte in the service of Tyr. Though I have little in the way of divine powers, I try to make myself useful by performing the day-to-day functions around the temple. If you need the services of a true cleric, you'll have to speak to Neurek.
Well met.
Well, I'm here about Rolgan's trial. Of course, of course. Neurek has done me a great honor by selecting me for the jury in this case. I am looking forward to performing my duties in the administration of Tyr's justice. How do you feel about this case? Even though I disapprove of Uthgardt's worship of a pagan god, I am not going to prejudge him. The real culprit in this crime is the demon alcohol. Of course, the alcohol does not excuse the Uthgardt's behavior. Anyone who lets himself get drunk must bear the consequences of his actions. This is why I so strongly disapprove of consuming alcoholic beverages. But I am keeping an open mind. I wish you well in this case, my lord. May the justice of Tyr be served. Alright. Let me just write something down here. Alright, let's move on. We have several other people we need to speak with and question. believe there were some people in here that we can speak with. In the mercenary enclave. Yes, here's a few people. Jevon!
Well met.
What do you want? You hear about the trial? Nurek sent me. I'm representing Rolgan. I figured as much. I ain't never been on a jury before, but I seen my share of trials, but usually from the prisoner's box. What do you want to know? I'm preparing my case. What do you think about this trial? Looks to me like a bar fight gone out of hand. A few too many drinks in you when you act stupid. I've been there myself, though I ain't never killed no one. But you know what makes me mad about this case? Them people who run around saying the only reason this guy is on trial is 'cause he's an Uthgardt. I ain't no Uthgardt, and I've been on trial a bunch of times. Sounds like you're trying to keep an open mind. I know what it's like. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Could be that's what happened to this Uthgardt. I kind of hope you get him off. I'd hate to have to sentence a poor guy to execution, but I've got to give an honest verdict. Nurek says it's my duty. Not much more I can tell you. Hope you got what you were looking for. Good luck in the trial. Out of curiosity, what if I say, is there any way I can guarantee you find Rolgan innocent? You mean like a bribe? Jeez, I don't know. I could use the money, but what if Nurek found out? Just testing you. You passed on me. Phew, almost took that money, you know? I hate to think what Nurek would have done. You tell him I did the right thing, okay? Okay, so we can actually bribe them, but I'm not going to do this. I'm going to try and do this honest. Yeah, these notes aren't going to help me very much. Alright. Let's talk to Zed here.
I greet you.
This better be important, as I don't feel like chatting. It's bad enough my leg is killing me, but now I gotta be a witness at this murder trial, too. I'm the defense counsel for Rolgan. Huh. So you're the sucker Nurek roped into defending that savage? Tough break. I hear the case is open and shut. I saw that Uthgardt stab Griff with my own two eyes. Ran him right through. Griff was dead before he even hit the ground. Do you know why they were fighting? Gambling debt. Griff had won a bunch of money off that Uthgardt, and I guess the savage didn't like it. He'd been drinking, so I guess it's no surprise he lost his temper. Anything else you can tell me? Hey, all I know is what I saw. Griff is dead, and that Uthgardt killed him. I'm as sure of that as I am of this pain eating away at my leg. What's wrong with your leg? My leg is none of your business. I'll find someone else to bother. Hold on. You don't seem very impartial. Hey, all I know is what I saw. Griff is dead and that Uthgardt killed him. I'm as sure as that as I am, okay?
I greet you.
I get the feeling you're holding back on me. Hey, all I know is what I saw. If I find out you're holding anything back, the pain won't only be in your leg. Blah, blah, blah. Blowhards are tough. Threats around don't scare me.
I greet you.
I greet you.
Looks like I can't get anything else out of him.
You shall be quick to die!
Alright, fine. Something bothers me about him, though. Let's see. The drinking house. There was one or two people in here. Let's see. Averick? Averick.
I greet you.
I'm here about Rolgan's trial.
Oh, that prissy priest Nurek must have sent you. Can't figure out why that sawed-off runt wanted me on the jury. Guess he figured I'd be impartial since I hate all races. And colors and creeds, easily.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
This is gonna be a delight.
Very enlightened attitude you have there.
What can I say? You get down into the filthy gutters and everyone's crap stinks the same.
What are your feelings about this case?
Griff was a rotten bastard, and the Uthgardt did us all a favor by offing him. If we let him go, we might have drunken savages running through the streets, sacrificing us to their goat gods, you know?
Sounds like you figure he's already guilty.
The only good thing about that Uthgardt is his wife. I can't wait to see her up testifying at the trial. She's one fine piece of meat. Hoo-wee! I wouldn't mind having her pork chops on my plate at dinner tonight.
You're a disgusting, vile man.
So what are you going to do about it? You try anything and every Lord's Alliance soldier in this camp will be all over you.
So take your prissy complaints about my attitude, stick 'em where the sun don't shine, and leave me alone. Alright, let me make a note here. Avernick is a prick. Here we go. Okay. Lodar, I believe he has something.
Well met.
I know about the trial. I'm defending Rolgan. Funny, you don't look like a lawyer, but that ain't my business, I guess. You want to ask me some questions, go ahead. Tell me what happened. Griff and that Uthgardt were playing cards, gambling. Griff won a lot of money, so much that the Uthgardt had to give him some of his jewelry to cover the debt. Real fancy-looking stuff. Later that night, Griff went outside. I heard him shout, and I rushed out to see him, and that Uthgardt smashing swords. Guess the Uthgardt was better at it than Griff. I can't believe I have to testify about this. I've never been to a trial before. Anything else? That's all I know. I don't even understand why they need me at the trial. I wish I didn't have to go. So you never saw who started the fight? No, they was already fighting when I got there. I never thought it would end up with Griff dead and me having to go to that Uthgardt's trial. Don't get so worked about this trial. Barkeep! Drink for my friend Lodar, please. I'm buying. Hey, you're alright, brother. Good luck in that trial, and thanks for the drink. If you need anything else, I'll be right here. Until the trial is over, they've gotten me off active duty, so I plan on spending my time here in the drinking house. Of course. And that information is shared. So now we just need to go over to the Uthgardt area. I think there's just a few people left there. I don't think there's anyone in the Cloak Enclave or the trading post. Yeah, just up here. I don't believe Usam has anything to do with it. No, he does not. But I do know this ranger over here does. Ah, yes, it's the ranger and the elder. Dalcia. Let's speak with her first. I'm representing Rolgan at his murder trial, Dalcia. Ah, yes. Nurik mentioned he was seeking someone to defend Rolgan in this trial. I hope you truly appreciate the situation you have gotten yourself into. The Uthgardt are a noble people, but their culture and beliefs seem strange to the Lord's Alliance. Often the Uthgardt are victims of prejudice and hatred simply because of who they are. Sounds like you think Rolgan is innocent. I will wait until the trial before I make that decision, of course. I only wanted you to be aware that the fact Rolgan is an Uthgardt might have something to do with him being on trial. Is there any way I can guarantee you to reach a verdict of not guilty? I hope you are not insinuating anything improper. Justice must run its proper course. Present a strong case on Rolgan's behalf. That is all you can do. Perhaps you should end this discussion now before things that are said that are best left unspoken. You are welcome to explore the tribal okay. So not much to say, except that she, well, respects the culture. Alright. Next, let us go speak with Vanda.
Yes? What?
What the? Oh. Yes, Vanda, let me just get a bit closer to you. There we go. I'm representing your husband in this trial. Representing my husband? I am sorry, but the ways of your justice system are unfamiliar to we people of the Black Lion tribe. Are you a friend or foe? A friend. I must ask you some questions. The priest Nurik said I would have to answer the questions put to me with complete honesty. It was as if he expected me to lie. He knows nothing about the honor of our tribe. Ask away, I have nothing to hide. Tell me what happened the night Griff was killed. My husband returned home late. He had been drinking, but there was something else. He seemed different, as if more than alcohol were at work in his mind. When he told me he had gambled away the heirlooms of our family, precious stones sanctified by the priests of Uthgardt, I knew something was very wrong. He was not in his right mind, or he would never have wagered those sacred stones on a game of chance. Gambling and alcohol are a dangerous combination. I know my husband, and he is no irresponsible drunkard. Something happened to him, something more sinister than mere alcohol. Of course, I have no proof, but I know it's true all the same. I sent him to ask this man Griff to return the heirlooms. We offered to pay him gold in exchange. It would have been far more than he could ever sell the heirlooms for. The religious significance to the Black Lion tribe far exceeds their material worth. But the soldier attacked my husband, and Rolgan was forced to kill Griff to preserve his own life. He fled to the temple seeking sanctuary, a mob of Griff's enraged friends close on his heels. Anything else? Please help my husband. They are portraying him as a drunken pagan savage. This is how they view all the Uthgardt. We are a noble people, but if Rolgan is convicted, the hurtful stereotype will only get stronger. I wish I could be of more help, but all I can do is pray Uthgardt grants you wisdom in this matter. And now the Uthgardt, holy woman. Elder, Nurik sent me. I'm representing Rolgan in the upcoming trial. The life of one of my people is in your hands. I will aid you as best I can, though there is little I can do. The ways of justice among the Lord's Alliance are unknown to me. What do you think of the case? I am very disappointed in Rolgan. Our tribe constantly struggles against the stereotype of the drunken savage, yet Rolgan allowed himself to fall under the influence of alcohol. This is the result. Sounds like you think he's guilty. That remains to be seen. Rolgan is a symbol of our people. I pray he is not guilty of what they claim. But my duty in this trial is clear. Nurik has explained the vow I have taken as juror. If the evidence shows Rolgan that alcohol clouded his mind so that he killed this man without reason, I must return a verdict of guilty. This trial is not the way of our tribe, but I must follow Nurik's rules on this matter. We Uthgardt cannot risk the wrath of our Lord's Alliance by defying the High Priest of Tyr. I pray Rolgan is not a sacrifice for the good of the entire tribe, but if it must be, it must be. Okay. Make a note there. Alright. You'll see why I made all these notes very soon. It's not as many notes as I'd hoped for, so this is actually going to be quite a bit trickier than I'd expected. Anyway, let's go back. We've spoken with everyone, haven't we? Let's see. Rolgan, Zed, Lodar, and Vanda. Yes, we did. The jurors were Edgar, Averick, Jevon, Dalcia, and Pala. Okay, I think we did speak with everyone. We're good. Let's go in there. I'm going to save before we start the trial, just in case, but anyway. Alright, Nurik.
Hail to ye!
I've completed my investigations, and I'm ready to begin Rolgan's trial.
Are you quite certain, my lord? Once the trial begins, it cannot be ended prematurely, or Rolgan's life will be forfeit.
I'm ready. Let's begin.
Excellent. I know all parties involved are anxious to settle this matter. I will send word to the prosecutor and everyone else involved. The rules of these proceedings are simple. The jurors will listen to the evidence and testimony, and as the trial progresses, they will use the swords and torches I have given them to indicate either guilt or innocence. Whenever a juror feels the accused is guilty, they will hold forth the sword in their right hand to symbolize the swift strike of justice. If they feel the accused is innocent, they will hold up the torch to symbolize the burning light of truth shining down on this trial. Sounds simple. Sword for guilty, torch for innocent. As the jurors' views are swayed, so shall the implement they hold forth change. A juror who is still undecided will hold forth neither sword nor torch. 3 jurors must be convinced of the accused's innocence for Rolgan to go free. What we have now begun cannot end until justice is served. If the trial is interrupted or broken off before its proper completion, the accused shall be found guilty, regardless of the status of the jurors. Is this clear? I understand. The 3 jurors or more must be holding a torch to get Rolgan acquitted, and if I end the conversation before we're done, Rolgan suffers. Now that we're all here, the trial can begin. Remember, if you quit the trial before its rightful end, Rolgan's life is forfeit. Wow, that was loud.
England of the Swift Sword. I am the special prosecutor in the investigation of the death of the Lord's Alliance mercenary known as Griff. And I would like to remind the jury that I have never lost the case. Never!
Well, I intend to make this the first time. The witnesses have been sworn in, and may the light of Tyr's justice shine down upon this trial and expose any lies in their testimony. To begin my case, I would like to question Lodar, an eyewitness to the events. I'm here, Your Honor. I'm not the judge, Lodar, just the prosecutor. You don't have to be so formal. Just call me sir. Please, tell us what happened in your own words. Well, sir, it was night and Griff was outside the barracks. All of a sudden we heard this shout, and we run out and Griff and that Uthgardt there are going at each other with weapons drawn. Before we could step in, that savage stabs Griff right in the gut and runs off. We ran to get the cleric, but by then it was too late. Griff was gone. That savage killed him. That is all I require from this witness. Were it up to me, we could end the trial right now and declare Rolgan guilty. But custom dictates I allow the defense to question the witness if they wish. I'm ready for your questions, my lord. Well, Averick already believes he's guilty. But of these things we have to say. We can make a statement about him seeming intoxicated, but from what we spoke, we already know two people believe that that alcohol was the reason behind it, so we're not going to mention alcohol at all. But, did you see who actually started the fight? No, they were already going at it by the time we got there. So maybe Griff started the fight and Rolgan was just defending himself. Yeah, I guess. Could be Griff started it, I don't know, and I wasn't there. I have no more questions for this witness. If defense counsel has finished trying to obscure the truth, I will call Zed, my next witness. Zed, tell the court what you witnessed on that night. Right, sir. Well, it's like Lodar said. Griff was outside, we heard him shout, we run out, and the Uthgardt sticks a blade in Griff's belly. Then that savage runs off to the temple for sanctuary like some kind of coward. Well spoken, Zed. He ran off like a murderous coward. Obviously he's guilty. They always run when they're guilty. This case might be my easiest win yet. Your witness, Ken. I'm ready to answer this man's questions. You never actually witnessed the start of the fight, did you? No, I didn't see who started the fight. So yeah, it could have been Griff, if that's what you're getting at. I have no further questions. If the defense is finished with their blathering, the prosecution has only one witness left. I call on Vanda, the wife of the accused. I am here. Ask your questions. I sense some hostility on your part, my lady. Please remember I am only doing my job. It's not my fault your husband had to go on a killing spree. Igland, I have given you a lot of leeway in this case, but you are coming very close to crossing the line of what is acceptable. Sorry, Your Honor, but this woman is looking at me like she wants to kill me. Oh, must run in her family. Neither my husband nor I would ever commit vile murder. We Uthgardt are an honorable people. Yes, you Uthgardt take honor very seriously. Wasn't Rolgan ashamed at having gambled away everything he owned? Didn't he want to do anything to wipe away that shame? Yes, but he wouldn't have killed that man. So you say. But we know how strong Uthgardt honor is, and Rolgan is a proud warrior. Surely a jury as intelligent and attractive as this one must realize that his pride would have driven Rolgan to kill Griff in a desperate attempt to salvage his wounded honor. Defense may cross-examine now. I have no further questions for this witness, since she all but admitted her husband is a rampaging serial killer. Igland, don't push me. Sorry, Judge. I won't say another word while the Honorable Lord Ken tries to defend these crimes. I am ready for your questions, Lord Ken. Tell me why you sent your husband to see Griff. I told Rogan to go speak with Griff, to beg him to return the heirlooms he had taken from us, to appeal to Griff's sense of decency. My husband is no killer, he only went back because I sent him there to talk with Griff. Tell me about the significance of the heirlooms your husband had gambled away. These are more than just heirlooms. They are artifacts of great religious significance to the Black Lion tribe. Their value is greater than mere money. Why, they mean more than life itself to the worshippers of Uthgardt. More than life itself? So what was Griff, a human sacrifice to Uthgardt in one of your savage pagan rituals? Igland, such comments are not appropriate. The Uthgardt beliefs may differ from our own, but they are not on trial here. Please, Ken, continue with your questions. I have no more questions for Vanda. If it pleases the court, the prosecution rests the case. Can't we just start the execution now? No? Okay, defense may call their witnesses if they wish, though I hardly see the point. I would like to question Rolgan.
Yes, my lord, what do you wish to know?
Tell us what happened that night, Rolgan.
My wife convinced me to go speak with Griff, to beg him to return the heirlooms to me. But when I approached Griff, he attacked as soon as he saw me. I had no choice but to defend myself.
I have no further questions for this witness. Actually, do you think the only reason you are here is because you are an Uthgardt?
I believe the Lord's Alliance must appease their own soldiers. If an innocent Uthgardt must be sacrificed for that end, they would not hesitate to do so. This trial is about my culture and beliefs, not about my actions.
Not good. I have no further questions. Since the defense called the accused to the stand, I claim my right to cross-examine this killer. I will keep this brief, much like poor Griff's life. Rolgan, you are an Uthgardt warrior?
I am a true Uthgardt warrior of the Black Lion tribe. I have earned the honor and respect of all my people.
And you earned this honor and respect on the battlefield with the edge of your blade. What would happen to your precious honor if people found out you had gambled away everything you owned?
I would be shamed by my actions. I am shamed by my actions.
But you thought if Griff were to die, you could recover those heirlooms before anyone found out. Too bad his friends caught you in the act, killer. Wait, never mind, don't answer. I withdraw the question. I wouldn't want to prejudice the jury. I shall move on to my closing arguments. This will be short since the Uthgardt is so obviously guilty. Rolgan owed Griff money. 2 witnesses saw Rolgan kill Griff. What could be more simple? We have heard how much the Uthgardt valued the heirlooms Rolgan gathered away. A proud Uthgardt warrior would do anything to get those religious artifacts back, even kill the man who had taken them. The defense had raised the issue of Rolgan's Uthgardt heritage, trying to claim this trial is a racist sham. But this is simply an argument to obscure the true facts. Being an Uthgardt does not give you a license to commit murder. Do your duty, members of the jury. Find Rolgan guilty of murder and let justice be done. Such is the will of Tyr. If it pleases the court, the prosecution rests.
Ken, you may make your closing arguments now.
The prosecution witnesses never saw who started the fight, so we must accept Rolgan's claim of self-defense as truth. Hardly a convincing argument. The heirlooms Griff had taken were valuable religious artifacts of great value to the Black Lion tribe. That gave Rolgan the motive for the killing, but it hardly justifies murder.
This is not the time for such comments, Igland.
Rolgan is here because he is an Uthgardt, an outsider. Don't let your racist prejudices judge him. Oh, sure, no one but an Uthgardt has ever been accused of a crime by these courts. I guess the execution of Fenthic was all a dream, because we don't arrest anyone but the Uthgardt.
Spare us your sarcasm, Igland. Ken must be allowed to present closing arguments without your snide comments.
The defense rests the case.
And as Tyr's protective representative overseeing this trial, I proclaim judgment in this case. By the light of Tyr's truth, may justice be done. I do not see 3 tortures in the jury. The verdict is clear. Guilty as charged. Rolgan shall be taken away for immediate execution. The rest of you are dismissed. The court thanks you for your time.
Yes! In this corner, still undefeated, the greatest prosecutor of all time. Me!
Igland, your work here is done. I suggest you leave before I write you up for your loutish behavior during these proceedings. You are a disgrace to the narrowed, hollowed halls of this temple. Ken, come speak with me when you wish to receive your just reward for your service.
That is an option. But I don't really want to let that be. That was me making an attempt. I feel like maybe I should have mentioned at the start that Rolgan didn't seem intoxicated at the beginning. I feel like, yes, I do actually happen to have old notes that said how to actually get through this without losing. And so, Sumi, because I actually want to complete this right, I'm just going to zip back and redo this so that I can actually complete it properly. You saw I gave it a try first. I should have mentioned something before. Reloading. Okay, let's zip through this a bit.
England of the swift sword.
Let's go through that. Let's see. Was the Uthgardt in his right mind, or did he seem intoxicated to you, Lodar?
He was pretty drunk.
So drunk he didn't know what he was doing?
I guess so. Maybe.
I don't know if that's a good excuse, though. That's not what I should have put in. I think I need something. Hold on a moment. I think, according to these notes, there's something I should have, and I think... Let me see. Let me drink this.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Yes.
My name is Igland of the Swift Sword.
That didn't actually help. Wait, maybe it's wisdom that I'm supposed to have? Hold on again. Ah, I'm missing something. I'll be right back. Alright, looking at this, there are one or two things that we can actually do here. That can actually help out. First, let's go in here. Zed complaining about his leg. We can actually do something about it. Not that one. There we go. Let's try, if we use this on Zed.
I greet you.
Hey, thanks for curing that wound in my leg. I still got the occasional ache from my arthritis, but I can handle that.
What did happen that night with Griff?
First, Griff spiked that Uthgardt's drink. Griff was always doing stuff like that to try and get an edge at his cards. Could be the stuff in the drink that made Uthgardt act like he did. I also happen to know for a fact that Griff was cheating that night. He wanted to take everything that Uthgardt owned. He told me he wanted to rob that savage blind. That's all I know. If it's enough to get your client off, so be it. At least now I can walk without clenching my teeth in agony. Seems like a fair trade to me.
Okay. Healing him actually definitely helped out. And I think we could have gotten something from, the drinking house. From the guy we bought the drinks for, too.
Well met.
How about a refill? Bartender, bring me another drink for Lodar. Thanks, I needed that. Too bad you're trying to get Griff's killer off. I kind of like you. You're a nice man. Not like Griff. He was always getting into trouble, picking fights, that kind of thing. Kind of a racist, too. Always going on about the Uthgardt being drunks and thieves and such. Maybe Griff's to blame for the fight with that Uthgardt. Maybe, but I shouldn't be speaking ill of the dead. Griff had some ugly secrets, but now's not the time to drag it all out. Secrets? What kind of secrets? I really shouldn't tell you. Griff was a friend, after all. We're friends, aren't we? Have another drink on me and tell me what you know. Sure, why not? Bartender, another round. Griff's about gone now anyway, so who cares if anyone finds out, right? Griff had a nasty habit of spiking the drinks of people he was gambling against. He figured it would give him an edge over them, make their mind all hazy. Not really sporting, but that's the kind of guy Griff was. Anything else you can tell me? No, I told you pretty much everything I know. Okay. Now that we gained the information about the spiking, we can actually go and get this trial fully completed. This episode is going to be long, I can already tell. Alright, once again, let's just zip through this. Yes, shut up, we know about you, Igland. Did you see who actually started the fight? Griff started it? Isn't it true that Griff spiked Rolgan's drink earlier that evening?
Yeah, he wanted to mess that Uthgardt up so he could beat him at cards, you know? Make him not think straight.
So Griff is partly to blame for his own death.
Well, it was his fault the Uthgardt was doped up. Maybe if Rolgan was in his right mind, he wouldn't have killed Griff.
No more questions. Go through this. Griff had spiked Rolgan's drink that night, right, Zed?
Yeah, he put something in Rolgan's drink. Made his mind fuzzy, so he didn't really understand what he was doing.
Don't you think that's a mitigating circumstance in what happened?
I don't know what mitigating means, but Griff shouldn't have spiked that Uthgardt's drink. That's wrong. Griff was always doing stupid stuff like that.
Never witnessed who started. And we have 4 people on our side. Alright. And they all left. And next thing we do... Why you sent your husband. Okay. Question Rolgan. Tell us what happened. No further questions. Never saw the fight. Griff spiked Rolgan's drink, making Rolgan more prone to act irrationally. And I can't seem to mention anything else. But I missed something. But the defense rests its case. Then as Tyr's representative overseeing this trial,
I proclaim judgment in this case. By the light of Tyr's truth, may justice be done. The verdict is clear. A 3-2 decision to acquit. Rolgan, you are free to go, as are the rest of you. The court thanks you for your time.
But this is impossible! I never lose! I'm Igland the Swift Sword! I'm the greatest prosecutor who ever lived! The jury must have been bribed! I demand an appeal! This is an outrage!
Igland, your work here is done. I suggest you leave before I write you up for your loutish behavior during these proceedings.
The information I had could have led to me getting all 5 of them to believe him innocent, but I'm not going to bother with that just because, well, I don't know. Let's go to Nurek.
You are called upon to do your duty in administering the justice of Tyr's court, Ken. The church is grateful you answered the call. You managed to achieve an acquittal for Rolgan, though it would have been better if the verdict had been more conclusive. However, you performed your duties admirably. Please accept this token as a reward for your service to the church. Now, is there anything else I can do for you, Ken?
I'll be going now.
Go with Tyr's blessing.
And that is where I'm going to end this episode. This episode went on long, yes, I know. But next episode, we are going to actually head out to somewhere. I think north is where we need to go, because I believe that's where we need to go to do the first quest I want to do, for Lillian Cambridge. So, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be in the next episode, however. So, until then, I'm Chester44, that is Ken Daniels and Dalen Red Tiger. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, and I shall see you all next time.